Now, Theo's book captures the spirit of adventure and curiosity, weaving together tales that are exhilarating and insightful. Now, in studio, we will explore how he came up with the idea for his book, the process of bringing his characters and stories to life, and the themes he hopes will resonate with his readers. Theo and Theo, welcome to BTV News in Context.
Thank you, Ma.
Hello, everyone. My name is Theo Kgasa. I am 12 years old and I am schooling in Westwood International School. I am studying in grade 7 and I made a book called Crazy Adventures of Animals and Human Beings.
Right. Now, Theo, let's just get into that and understand what really inspired you to write this book, Crazy Adventures of Animals and Human Beings, at such a young age. What was the inspiration behind?
When I was 8, I'm a person who loves animals and likes reading. So when I was 8 years old, I decided to combine those ideas together to create this book.
Right. So let's talk about when your involvement in this. When did you first discover Theo's ability and passion maybe towards writing? How has the discovery been from your side?
Theo started this at an early age. The time when he was doing grade 1. That's when I started noticing all these things on him. He could cry, just wanting me to remove us ladies, we like to wear animal prints. At times he would cry, just wanting me to remove those clothes. That time he couldn't express himself exactly what really was into him. So I remember the other time in grade 1 when he was at school. I was called there. He used to imitate the animals, especially the lion. There's this book called the Lion Care. So he used to imitate those things from the movie of that book. So I remember the other time I was called at Westwood. They asked if Theo is normal. So because he used to imitate the lion roar in class, and this was scaring other kids. So then there was another time again when we were in Kasani. I could see some moves, the moves he was making, just imitating some animals. So then the other time when we were at home, I started seeing him writing on some pieces of papers. Then there was a time I asked him, what is it that you are doing? Then that's when he told me he wants to write books, he wants to write this, he wants to do this. So that's how it started.
Right. Interesting story indeed. Now let's talk about how you came up with the idea for the book, Theo, having the love for the animals and wanting to bring together animals, the animal kingdom and the human beings. What really led you to say, now let's make it a book?
When I was 8 years old, I would just do it for fun and just write anything that comes to my mind. And nothing, I would just do it for fun, and my mom would walk into my room and ask what I'm doing, like what she said right now. I would just say I'm writing an animal book on a piece of paper. So then she said that we can publish this book, and yeah.
Wow, that's great support from your mom right there. Now, let's talk about the title itself, taking us into the adventures of animals and human beings. Let's talk about what really is inside the book. What does it feature? If you were to give us a picture of the book, now that we're not reading it at the moment, what is in there?
The book is, there are 3 chapters. There are 3 stories in one book. So the first chapter is about this skunk. For the people who don't know what a skunk is like this animal which can release an odor behind its tail to chase away predators, animals that eat it. So the first chapter is about a skunk losing its like ability to release the odor. And then the second chapter is about a Komodo dragon. By the way, it's not a dragon. It's just the biggest lizard in the world, weighing up to 80 to 120 kilograms. It lives in this island called Komodo Island, and you can see it, and it's like in between Australia and Asia. So it's about this Komodo dragon who wants to be the biggest Komodo dragon in the world.
Wow.
And then the third chapter is about this boy who loses the ability to talk. He's like mute, and then he goes throughout his life not talking at all.
Wow, those are intriguing indeed, but let's talk about the message behind, right? Now that you've given us a picture of what's in there, what message are you trying or do you want to convey with these stories that you have in your book?
The message I'm trying to tell people is that the first chapter is talking about you will encounter challenges on your journey to achieve something. And then the second chapter is about like believing in your dreams and working harder to achieve your dreams. And then the third chapter is about like not letting people underestimate you because of a disability.
Wow. Theo, let's talk about your involvement throughout the process. It means he had to sit down and to write, you know. It means sometimes you had to make way and make sure you allow him to do that instead of doing something else you deem important. So how did you help him to balance the work? It may be school, it may be just socialization with other kids, and also with his passion of writing. How did you come through right there to make sure that there's a balance?
Yeah, it wasn't an easy thing to do. I remember when we started. Yes, he was just writing in piece of papers. Then he would pile them in the room. So it's not like he came to me and say, "Mama, I'm doing this." So I could get into the room, see him with piece of papers. Then at the same time, he would be watching the laptop, watching the tablet, watching TV. And in these three things, it's all animals. At the same time, because he was still young and he was at school, I could get annoyed. I could tell him, "No, you are delaying your schoolwork. Why don't you do your work and leave those things and do this?" So up until I noticed, no, there's something this boy is up to. So then, like he mentioned that I called him, I asked him about the pile of papers. That's when now I told him, okay, this is what you can do. We can publish this, then we see where it can take you through. Then we started, the book was edited last year. That's when we started it. In 2021, I prepared going out of the country, so I left him. That's how then he stopped. In 2022, when I came back, that's when I asked him, how far is the book? By then, he had no interest anymore. Then that's when now we started fighting, me and him, because now I was like forcing him, because I had already noticed that he has got that talent in him. Then in 2023, that is last year, it changed. Now it was him pushing me. "Mama, how far is with the editing of the book? How far is the lady who is editing?" Mind you, our book was edited by a Motswana lady here in Botswana. She's called Marang Tibanyani. She's the one I asked her how to go about writing this, because my boy wanted it with all his heart. Then I asked her how best can I go about this thing, because I didn't know how to go about it. So then the lady offered to do the whole job for me. So then I paid her, she started it. Up until today, I've been just moving around, asking people, going to those who print, ask them, sell the idea to them, then they do it for us.
Right.
Amen.
Now, I like it there that it's something different, but it's something that as Botswana here, Motswana, we might struggle with to get to that point where you got to, right? And then the fact that maybe you've had those frights that what if he deviates academically? What if he doesn't perform so in academia? But you actually went on to promote and, you know, to uplift his talent. How was that experience for you, and why did you get to this point of seeing things differently to raise the boy wholesomely, you know, without saying no? So how has that experience been for you?
With the academic work, I wasn't much concerned about it, because that one I had already seen that he's just a good boy at school. Even when we go there for the assessments with the teachers and all that, I could hear the teachers talking good about him. So there, I wasn't much into it. So even when he started this book, I didn't worry much on the academic work. All what I was looking into him doing something away from school. Then even the teachers, when I went there, telling them this year that Theo is about to launch his book, they were so surprised, because we didn't disclose to anybody. We were just doing it, the two of us.
Wow, interesting indeed. Now, Theo, let's talk about this book that you have just published. Who is your target? Is it for children? Is it for young people? Is it for elderly people? Is it for everyone? Whom are you expecting to read this book and enjoy?
It's mainly for like young kids around the age for 5 to 9. But it's just for everyone. Anyone can read it. Right. It can be everyone can read it. And then who I expect to read it is my friends and family members, and you.
Right. But do you have any plans to write more books in the future? Looking at the fact that you have so much talent, and you're only 11, 12 years old right now. 12. So do you have any plans to write more in the future?
Yes, I'm planning to write another book after the launch, which is 31st of August.
Wow. Amazing, amazing indeed. We are looking forward to more of what you have to bring, Theo and Mare Theo. But I'd like for you to give any advice that you might have for writers or potential writers that want to go on and writing like you. What would you say? You say you've gone through these challenges. So you say, but in the future, if you keep on persevering, you'll be able to actually a breakthrough. So what advice would you give to people who want to be like you?
What I want to give to people who want to like become like me someday, what I want to tell you is that we all live once, and you should try and do anything that would work. Just follow your passion, and don't let anyone discriminate or even talk you down, because it's your life, not theirs. So it's your decision to do what you want.
Right. I like what you're saying, Theo. Theo, let's talk about also from your side what you would say to Batsadi to say you have children in your house. One of them might be the future one of them might be the future Theo Kgasa. So how would you advise parents to look at this issue of talent?
Theo, re le batsadi re tota batsadi ba gompieno le batsadi ba maloba go changeile ke ka ipitsa ke re ke motsadi wa maloba ke lebeletse go ka ke godisitsweng ka teng so gantsi rona ba age tsa rona re isiwa ko tlase ke ka re godisitsweng ka teng kore ha nne ke godile jaaka Theo a gola gompieno I think ke ka be ke le ko mankaleng so yaanong ke ka re hela ka re ko batsading bana ba gompieno ba harologana le rona bana ba maloba mo e leng gore e rile Theo a simolola buka at the age of 8 ke ne ke ipotsa dipotso gore nnananyana le kananyana o ka re o ke simolola buka o tla ba kwala eng gape le go nna re ba kgoreletsa mo tse ba batlang go di dira we have to let them do whatever they want to do se e leng gore re ka se dira hela is to guide them ke gone ha e leng gore re tla be re tlamega gore re go dire like Theo ke ne ke le motho ne le gore dilo di le dintsi a ke reng ka ba le kgakala dilo di le dintsi ne ke tla ke mokganela ke tsa gore o santse le monyenyane so then e rile ha ke tla go bona gore go ha it's like ke hupeditse ngwana ka go tlhola ke netse gore o santse le monnye it was the time now ene a impolela jaanong a bona gore le ene o hupetse a impolela gore mama kana I'm not a baby ga ke nnananyana o e leng gore even the words you are using on me please stop those words so that's when now be ke simolla go change be ke simolla yaanong go ikgoga ga morago ga gore ke lebelle gore Theo o lebile kae nna ke tla ko morago ga gagwa even diaparo boeng ke utlwa ka ene gore ke batla go apara yana ke batla go ikama yana bo go beola moriri ga ke batle go beola moriri bontsi jwa bana ba gompieno ga ba batle go beola moriri o tsone go re utlwe gore ke eng a sa batle go beola moriri there was a time ke ne ka mmeola moriri Theo a lala lela bosigo jotlhe ya ka re ngwa lwala then go tswa go be ke simolla go nna ke mo reetsa gore why a sa batle go beola moriri so most of the time ke reetsa ka ene di khakololo tse dingwe di a be di tswa mo go ene le ene o kgona go mpahatsang kgakolola hale le hale go gongwe kana ke ta ke ngadile go gongwe kana ke ta ke le down o nna tla go mpotsa gore mama what happened ke tla be ke mmolela then he will advise so gore ke le ka gore re se ka ra ba tseela ko tlase re ka gore ke bana yana ebile gape re se ka ra re ga ba itse sepe bana ba gompieno ba botlhale gore ga ise mo ditlhaloganyong
gongwe ebile anong ha re ta ko mosubong wa puisano ya rona re bue ka the launch itself o se sa buile the date the 31st of August e ta boele kae go diragala jang gore motho ebile a gore ge kong in the last 30 seconds
the launch will be at the Studio Cafe. Studio Cafe is next to Pick and Pay, Southern. It will be on the 31st, like we have mentioned already. The tickets are with Berry Hart. Berry Hart is the one who is selling them as we speak. So whoever wants them, they are there. She has posted in social media. Whoever wants them as well can always call my number. Emma.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Theo and Theo, for making time to be with us this afternoon. And we wish you well in your future endeavors, Theo. We'd like to see more publications coming through from you. Thank you so much for making time.
Thank you.
Right, that was of course Theo Kgasa and his mother, and the upcoming book that is soon to be launched but already published.